Before I get to our practice report for the day, I'll beat you guys to your question and about the poll, and simply say this. I apologize if somehow anybody thought I was misleading them. By far, I had no intent of misleading anybody. I was simply answering a question that one of you guys asked me in reference to if I was that person. And so I apologize if somebody took that the wrong way. I didn't mean to go that way. And we have informed them that we just made a decision not to continue voting. And they said that it was not an inconvenience because of it being so early. That would be easy to replace it. So that's all I really have to say on it. As far as practice, I thought the offense really did a good job. After a couple of days of the defense being ahead, really handled some 4-minute situations there and coming out situations really good, which falls on the quarterback and the offensive line in those situations, and the running back, everybody protecting the ball. So it was really good to see, and I thought the guys had really good energy today. So we're making some progress to get with the guys that are still out here.
Have you ever have you heard anything from Teef or from USA Today regarding that? Did they ever contact you by letter or phone to ask you what happened?
Like I said, Gary, I'm really kind of done with it, and we informed them yesterday of it, and they didn't have any issue with it because of it being so early.
What happens if at the end of the season it comes down to it and you guys finish out of it by a vote that you could have had? Are you going to regret the fact that you dropped out of it?
No, because that means we had a pretty good season. For 1 point behind number 2, we had a good season. So from what I know, it's never come down to one vote. So that didn't happen.
Do you think they handled it the right way?
Like I said, I'm over talking with it for the most part. It is what it is. I think we didn't give them any inconvenience, like I said, and they said that, and it wasn't because it was so early. It's not like we did it in the middle of the year, and so we're always trying to do things better. If I could have went back, I wouldn't have done it in the first place, but I didn't think about it enough. I just don't think I can do it really well. The whole entire country and who they are when they're flying back on the plane trip and voting 7-1.
Marquise and Mikel working on the side today. Did they just get the day off? Or?
No. We're just going through camp and pushing them as much as we can. And as you know, we don't really discuss injuries with guys, so hopefully they'll be back tomorrow.
What was the thought process about canceling practice this morning?
Well, really just seeing where we were at. Just trying to have a feel for the team. We still got some good stuff done inside with some meetings and film, and so we can always bank the practice too, and save it. So as you look at, you just got to know your team and know that sometimes it's not smart to just go out just to hit when a lot of your guys are out anyway, and so we may come back and replace it later.
Matt Kirk had a number change. Was that because he's a tackle?
Yeah, just kind of, it's just a better tackle number in general. Just looks more normal out there than a 60 number. So it's not some big statement by any means.
Coincidence that it was Matt Khalil's number, or wishful thinking?
And there's nothing to that. Would be wishful thinking.
It gives you a good feeling to see a 75 running around out there a little bit every once.
I don't know. There's a lot of difference between those 75s.
Okay.
I know you're not going to discuss specifics about injuries, but were any of the guys that sat out today a result of the skirmish in the goal line drill yesterday?
I don't believe so. No.
Is it a little disconcerting to not have your whole first linebacker unit available?
I mean, it is what it is, and so look at the bright side. Those other guys get reps. All 3 of those guys have started games before, 2 of them playing a ton of snaps. So, a lot of times those things happen, and they end up being the best thing in the long run, as long as they're not long-term things.
Is that kind of your viewpoint on all the injuries in general at this point, that it's still early, no one's out for the season, you have to sort of keep it all in perspective?
Yeah, you do. It's going to happen. You're not going to go to I don't think there's any teams around the country that are fully healthy in training camp. You can't. They don't let you practice in the summer, and so regardless of how much conditioning you do, it's not football. It's not the same change of direction. It's not the same hitting, and so it's always going to happen. And you just got to hope that it's not long-term stuff, and that by the time you get to really the preparation for the first game, for us that'll be that Sunday, I believe. You hope that you're full strength then.
Garnis was 75. Is he being moved to guard at all?
No, it had nothing to do with him.
Is there something about this defensive system that allows strong side safeties to switch to Sam linebacker easier than normal?
I don't really think I'd say system. I think that's just college football changing, and the guy gets detached more because you have so many 3 and 4 wide sets. And so I don't think that's really our system. I just think that's really where it's changed a lot, especially in our conference. So whether you're moving safeties there or whether you're recruiting people that are smaller and faster, we just believe that's the direction you need to go. The big days of 3 really big linebackers, probably over.
And I know you said you would have preferred to keep Josh Shaw at safety, but is he kind of winning you over at cornerback?
I wouldn't say that. I'd say he's probably winning us over in general by the way that he works and the way that he prepares. And he's going to play for us on defense and special teams. But I would think that will probably end up being safety if everything goes the way we want to.
How good is Nelson on the fade route? Is he pretty good?
Yeah, he is. I think Nelson is in those lines of the last 2 as far as preparation. I'm not saying he's the player of those 2 or the last 2 years, and Robert and Marquise, but the preparation. He's unbelievable. You walk by, when a bunch of other players, you let him go, and then you walk by, and he's just in there by himself. In the lunch hour, in the meeting, watching more film, and we knew that in recruiting. He's a special kid, and hopefully that the on the field stuff, matches it.
Coach, what did you see from your linebackers today that kind of got thrown in there? Star and Anthony Burnett.
Well, I think Scott's really had a better couple days here. Even though he'd been here in the spring, a lot of stuff being thrown at him. And hopefully that whether they were here in the spring or not, this is where you kind of see some freshmen, turn the corner. Unfortunately they separate. We wish they'd all keep going up, but he's doing well. You guys have already mentioned Max. We mentioned Nelson. If you're asking questions about true freshmen at this point in the second week, I bet they're going to be pretty good.
How about Ryan Dillard got to do something there today? Walk-on kid like that? Right?
Yeah, that's part of, hopefully the plan here, is to find a couple guys every year that are willing to come here, even if they have scholarships to other places, to help us overcome our number issues.
You find yourself doing a lot more precautionary things this camp as opposed to previous camps because of the numbers?
No, once again, we've been this way. It's our 3rd year like this. We've not been near full strength, and so we're kind of getting used to it. Now, maybe there's a little bit different in this camp as far as we have more proven top tier players than we've had in the previous 2 years. We had guys still finding our way, or this guy or that guy. This time a year ago, Marquise Lee's just lining up. So we have more proven top tier players right now. So that may be the only difference, really managing them and making sure that we're practicing them the right amount.